And joining me today is Fonfa, the founder and president of the Appleseed project. Anne, I want to thank you so much for joining me today.
My pleasure.
You know, I have been coming to your annual event for the past few years and am quite impressed, so much so I definitely want to share it with my audience. I think that they would stand to benefit from attending. Hopefully we can get some people here to South Florida to join us at this upcoming event that you have in, is it in February or March coming up?
Next year it'll be February 26th, 27th, and 28th.
Okay, great. I know you have it early in the year every year. Tell me a little bit about the Appleseed project. Why did you start it, and about when?
I was diagnosed with cancer in January of 1993, and I was seeking information on natural strategies, and there was very little. So starting around 97, 96, I started bringing paper versions of information on natural therapies to cancer meetings. And 99, thank goodness, I went on the internet with AppleseedProject.org. So in 2008, we decided to host our first conference. That was in West Palm. We do it in the winter because it is a draw. It brings people to South Florida, obviously. And I think, you know, that's an advantage for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, it's interesting. You were looking for natural ways of treating cancer. Right. Sometimes people get cancer and they go into the medical route. Would they benefit from attending an event like this?
Yes, what we found with natural therapies, and I've been doing what I call research, gathering information from conferences, journals, articles, and meetings since maybe 1994. What I found is that things that can be used in a natural sense can be used complementary therapies. They can be integrated along with conventional treatment, either starting before, during, or after, although personally I prefer during because there are a lot of toxicities from conventional treatment that I think can be headed off if people go in a natural direction as well.
Okay, great. And I've heard some of the speakers, and I know that some of them have chosen to go the all-natural route. Do they all, or how many people that are going to be teaching went the all-natural route? Will we have some kind of mix of people that have done both ways, or?
Yeah, we'd like to have a mix because we think our mission is to give people information on risk reduction. So that's people who don't even have cancer. They may be caregivers, they may be in the field, they may be interested other. And then there are people in treatment. About a third of the people who come are people with cancer. And about a third are advocates, family members, friends, and so on. And then the other third are professionals in other fields related to oncology. And our idea is that we want to show that there are a variety of protocols. We often subtitle the conference Many Paths to Wellness. There's no one answer. There's no one size fits all or anything like that. And no one needs to do what I did in order to be well. And I chose the path that I did because I was suffering at the time of diagnosis from multiple chemical sensitivities. And I was very ill. And the thought of chemotherapy was inconceivable for someone who spent 2 or 3 days a week in bed, you know, being sick. And so I started out in a different position than many people. But our information, I mean, the kinds of speakers we have this year, next year, they're coming from 3 different continents, and they'll be presenting on a variety of things. We have an Ayurvedic nurse, a nurse who practices Ayurveda as well as conventional nursing. We have speakers who treat people who are doctors or naturopaths, MDs or NDs. We have acupuncture, we have Qigong specialists, as you probably know, very enjoyable segment. The patient panel that you referred to often has people who've done very unusual protocols, but not always. Some people have done a combination of both. Over the years, we've had every kind of person talk about every kind of protocol. I mean, there are people I've spoken to over the years who tell me that the power of prayer alone cured them. Now, I'm not in the prayer realm, but I hold nothing as impossible, nothing, you know. I mean, I'll be a 22-year survivor in January, and if I can do it, people can do it.
Certainly. You know, you've mentioned a lot there, meaning there are certainly a lot of things that people can do, and I hope that that's what people take from this, meaning that you're providing a source to find out about these things. It's not just about eating, it's not just about detoxing. You know, there's natural therapies like acupuncture, and there's meditation and prayer and so many more things to do. When I consider something horrible like, you know, cancer that, you know, takes over somebody that has no knowledge and doesn't know what to do about this, it seems like, you know, what, I'm so lost, where do I start? I don't think that we're looking for a magic bullet, but rather a lifestyle change and a whole approach, and they can do this alongside medicine or not.
Well, it's interesting because 22 years ago there was no internet and it was very hard to find information. Now we kind of have an overload of information and you need someone to help guide the path and show you where the information is. And the Anti-Appleseed Project has always taken that role. We are people with cancer, we're patients, we're advocates, we're not professionals, we sell nothing. The only time, as you probably know, the only time that we have any contact with companies is for our conference. We allow exhibitors, we want exhibitors, we encourage that because the products that we allow to exhibit are things we think are really important and meaningful to people. But that, there's many paths to wellness, and that's really important that people understand. However, you mentioned nutrition. In my opinion, based on 20 years of advocacy, everybody has to clean up their act in terms of what they're eating. The standard American diet is poison to our bodies. It's well known. There's many studies that show countries that are doing better than us, when we export the Western diet to them, meaning fast foods, deep fried foods, soda, junk, they get sicker. They get the same kind of ailments that we have. So that's a #1 change for everybody, no matter what. The rest of the stuff is up. But it's also been shown in studies, and we were ahead of this curve too. Exercise is very important. And by that, I don't mean championship exercise. You have met my husband. He's a champion athlete. He's 71. He's still a champion athlete in the senior games. But most people are not going to be able to do that. He plays ball 3 hours every day, 7 days a week. But I work out for 20 minutes, and then I'm active throughout the day. And that's what I think is important, moderation, but activity. Eating real fruit, real vegetables, organic whenever possible. You mentioned detox. I think detox is important. There's a lot of ways to go about it. At our conference, we have local farmers donating organic produce, and we create juice, fresh squeezed juice for people. We have a lot of ways for people to understand detox. Some of your products, some of other people's products are there to show people there's a lot of ways, a lot of paths, many paths to wellness.
You really set the finest example, too, when it comes to healthy eating at the conference. I have been to many health conferences. I have never seen anyone present such excellent food at a conference. The healthiest, absolute best. You're setting an example, so thank you for that. That's something people can expect if they attend.
Yeah, I appreciate that. What happens is because all of the food comes in just for us, it's all fresh. We use organic oil, organic spices, and all fresh organic food. And it tastes that way. I mean, people can tell immediately it's different. The food is alive in a totally different way. We all feel it. It's marvelous food.
Well, and anything too, and I have to say this, Anne, it's truly, it's who you are too. You set the standard not only when it comes to the food, but who you allow to speak and present, and even the vendors that attend. So we can be confident and know there's trusted information here. So thank you for doing all this screening and filtering and setting up such an excellent event.
That's very important. There's plenty of junk, and that's why we have to help people sort through it and give them the tools to make really good and informed decisions.
If I wanted to attend and didn't know anything about it, where would I go to find out more information?
Our website has a full page on the conference, antiappleseedproject.org, and you can clearly see there's an icon for the conference for 2015. There's a way to register. It shows you all the speakers. There's a link to their home pages for their work. We have, going up, I hope today, the information on the exhibitors, the information on the donations. We get a lot of very nice in-kind donations of organic items that we give to the people who attend. They're giveaways. We want everybody to get a really good start, so they're going to get some organic skincare, organic shampoo, items that may help them be healthier. There's a lot of bad things going on in terms of our environmental exposures, and some of the speakers address that as well, so that people understand it's not just what you eat, but what you put on your skin or don't put on your skin, and the lifestyle stuff. But the page for the conference, very complete information, and people can really make a better decision about whether they want to attend. But it's a great meeting. I mean, you really can meet like-minded people. You can talk about stuff that is not talked about at most cancer meetings, but it's important information, and it helps the advocates who attend. Very often they'll run a meeting afterwards for their own organization so that people can experience what they learned. And we know it works. This will be our 9th conference, and that is really terrific. We're excited about it.
Every year you've had a stellar lineup of speakers. And each year I can say I'm thinking, oh, I'm so excited! I can't wait to see go see so and so speak. And again, this year I'm looking at the lineup. There's some names on there that I'm really excited about. Can't wait to go see and learn from them. So, AppleseedProject.org. Go ahead and head there now. Check it out. Great place to go that time of year. Sunny South Florida for the conference in the end of February. Okay, Ann, thank you so much for joining me today. I hope we can do it again sometime.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. Be well.